Hi Sagittarius, this is your horoscope for July 2017. Thank you for joining me. It's really nice to be with you today. Now, from the 24th of June until the 20th of August, so the whole of July, the Sun, which really represents your identity, conjuncts Mars. And Mars is the archetypal male principle of desire, of what I want. Okay? So when the Sun and Mars conjunct, they blend and mix their energies together and it becomes a bit of a mishmash. Okay, so the Sun and Mars are both in Cancer. So the main focus, the main desire here is about nurturing others, being nurturing either in a physical way through food, or nurturing other people by talking to them, so emotionally or intellectually, or nurturing people spiritually. And these two planets are in your 8th house of officialdom and bureaucracy and red tape. So what I feel is that if you work in an institution or if you work as part of a company, you're really going to care very deeply about the success of the company you work for. And I feel that you'll have a sense of pride and a sense of, I care about this situation that I'm in and I'm on the right track. If you feel very different, and if you say in July, if you work for a company, let's say you work for a huge company, and you're not quite sure if it is right for you or not, during this month, just check in with yourself, Sagittarius. If there isn't a desire to help and to be of service in the business itself, it may be that you don't enjoy the job as much as you think, and you may have rationalized it into doing this job despite not enjoying it. Okay, because the natural state here is for you to really connect with the kind of organization and institution you're in, and to really fight for it and to really make sure it does well. That's the focus for you this month. To really make a huge positive contribution to the community or organization or group that you belong to, and to make sure that they do well. If you don't have that feeling, if you don't belong to any organizations or groups, then you ought to join one. Maybe it's a fishing club, or maybe it's a Course in Miracles study group, or it's a mahjong club where you play mahjong, whatever it is. It's important that you are part of something, because obviously with these kinds of placements it says that you're someone who cares about other people. So if that feeling isn't there at all, if you don't get that at all, then realize that the situation and the company that you're in, that you really don't care about them. And if you don't care about the situation you're in, why are you in it? You should only be in situations and work in situations really where you feel like you're making a difference, or there's an actual reason for belonging to this institution. If you don't get that, it's time to really look at that in earnest and say, I do not care. In fact, I despise this job. I need to make some changes. On the 5th of July, we have Venus, the planet of love and beauty, going into Gemini, and it stays in Gemini all month. Now, Venus was in Taurus in your 6th house. It was much slower. It was much more focused on, perfecting your day-to-day routine and your health and your life. Venus in Gemini loves to express herself, and she loves to be creative, and she loves to chat and communicate and talk. And she's in your 7th house of relationships, and she's going to stay there all month. Okay, so Sagittarius, for you, this is a wonderful time to connect with other people and to see what comes from that. You've got Uranus, the planet of the miraculous and the unexpected, sitting in your 5th house of romance and relationship, and the love planet is in the 7th house of all relationships. Make sure you connect with people, and you know, maybe it's not a coincidence that you suddenly care about your business or the people in it so much. Maybe you care about it so much because by signing up to be the, you know, the fire safety expert in the office you work in, and an optional role that you don't get paid for, but you decide to do it because you care about the company. It may be that leads you to meeting the right person and this miraculous connection with another human being. So Sagittarius, there really is a lot of potential for you for love, relationship forming, and romance developing. And it's through work, meeting someone through work. On the 7th of July, we have Mercury, the communication planet, going into Leo, and it stays there until the 26th of July. So Mercury in Leo is in your 9th. So you will have a huge desire to travel, to have fun, to learn new skills, to do fun activities, like sporting activities, exercise, travel. If you have any time or the luxury of planning a holiday or some time away in July, please do, and do it from the 7th of July until the 26th of July. That is the perfect time for you to have a wonderful holiday, to enjoy yourself, to have the best time. And it's also a great time between the 7th of July until the 26th of July to discover a new passion, a new hobby, a new activity that you absolutely adore. So do some research and look around. Mercury moves into Virgo in your 10th house on the 26th of July, and the focus shifts completely on the 26th of July, because you're going to be focused on work then and making sure that the work you're doing is accurate and correct, and you're going to be checking and making sure everything's in place. Okay, so the party's over on the 26th. From the 7th until the 26th, really make sure you have as much fun as possible. Get around as many people as possible and do fun activities with other people, because remember that miraculous, wonderful Uranus is sitting in your 5th, and someone beyond your wildest dreams may appear, and this may be the time for you. If you're not interested in romance at all, then you can still have fun traveling, exploring new situations. If you're already in a relationship, you can have fun together. You can go jet skiing together. I mean, it really is perfect regardless of what your situation is. Oi, my thing just sped up by itself. Okay, so yes, it's really important to make use of that until the 26th, because when it goes into Virgo, it's over in terms of fun and enjoyment. On the 9th of July until the 26th of July, we have Mars squaring Uranus, and Mars is in your 8th, Uranus is in your 5th. Okay, so these two connecting show me that potentially it's very, very likely that if you do meet a new romantic partner, there is a work connection involved. So if there are any continued professional development courses that you can go on, if there are any training events that you can sign up for, if there's any group work situations that you can get involved in, if there's group projects, anything where a team is put together, sign up for it, volunteer for it, go for it, because it's so likely that you're going to meet someone wonderful through your working life. It's also the full moon on the 9th of July. I'll make a separate video on the full moon, but the full moon is, for you Sagittarius, it happens in your 2nd house of money and belongings. So during this full moon period, you will notice that either you have more money coming in, or there's a real sense of appreciation for you when it comes to the business or the company you belong to. or there's really a transformation in terms of your finances for the better on the 9th during that full moon. So something is going to transform in terms of your finances during this full moon. Look out for that. It's going to be positive, and it's going to bring a bit of new life into your finances. So expect something to come in. So you'll continue to work with the energy I've mentioned until the 21st of July, when Mars moves into Leo. And Mars has now moved out of Cancer, which is really good news because Mars doesn't like being in Cancer. Mars rules Aries. It wants to move ahead. It wants to overcome obstacles and just go for it. In Leo, it's very happy because it's another fire sign. So it feels much more comfortable than in Cancer. And also, Mars in Leo in the 9th, again, is very, very focused and driven to travel, to have fun, to learn new skills that fill you with life and passion and excitement. So at the end of the year, not at the end of the year, at the end of this month, this desire to have fun and to do something enjoyable becomes even stronger with this Mars move. And on the 23rd of July, we have the new moon occurring in Leo in your 9th house. So the new moon, I'll make a separate video on that as well. It pulls in new energy to recharge itself for its next cycle, and it's pulling Leo energy into your 9th. Leo wants to have fun and is courageous and it's outgoing and it's gregarious. In your 9th, it's about travel, exploring your horizons, learning fun new skills, or doing something outside of the normal routine. So July should be a fun month for you, Sagittarius. You need to make some plans, okay? If you don't have the opportunity for a holiday, if you get a weekend off or every weekend off, make sure that you do exciting, fun things on these days off. And when you're working, make sure you sign up for things that include other people, because that's the best way for you to have fun this month and to potentially find a long-term romantic partner if you're single. But the main thing for you is to have fun in this month. And I've said fun a lot of times in this video. So this is a really good month. You can get excited about this month. It looks good. The main areas of focus for you are going to be the organization you belong to and really caring about that, and then having fun and traveling and connecting with other people, possibly for romantic beginnings. So that's what I get for you in July. If you would like a private reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. And what I do is I draw up your birth chart by using your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, I can either rectify your chart or I can use sunrise. And then I draw up your chart and I can see what your weaknesses and strengths are. I can see what your life purpose is, what your vocational aptitudes are, what you're going to be good at work-wise. And we can also look at your progress chart and your transits to see what's coming up in future. So what's coming up in my love life, what's happening in terms of my career, money, health. It shows you all of that. So if you're interested, get in touch via my website. If you do like my videos and want to support me, then please subscribe to the channel, hit the subscribe button, and I'll speak to you next month.